I always run into clients who are eating way too much meat per serving, and they're wondering why they have digestive issues, wondering why they still have IBS, wondering why they have detox issues. I'm going to talk about the proper serving of meat in this video today. First, let me say I'm not a medical doctor. It's not medical advice. It's based on my personal experience for informational and educational purposes only. So meat, how much meat should you be consuming at each serving? Well, typically no more than 125 grams, okay? 125 grams is the same thing as roughly 4 to 5 ounces max, okay? Ideally, you want to stick with 4 ounces or less when it comes to the meat. If you go up to 6, 8 ounces, often you're going to not digest most of that unless you're actually, bodybuilding or ripping up muscle tissue and you need that much protein. Especially as you get older, you do not need as much protein as you think you do. Maybe when you're younger, your brain's growing, your body's going, you need more protein. But as you get older, you need less and less protein, more and more carbohydrates, more and more good fats. That's what's most important. The other thing you got to think about is you can't digest more than roughly 16 to 18 grams of protein per hour. And, for every 4 ounces, you got about 26 to 30 grams of protein. So if you're consuming, let's say, 4 to 6 ounces, you're going to break that down ideally within 2 to 4 hours. That's a decent amount of time. But if you're consuming more than that, then it's going to be forced through your small intestine too quickly. It's not going to break down. It's going to putrefy in the large intestine and cause you issues. So there are major issues with eating too much protein. It can cause liver harm, fatty liver, kidney backup, stress on the gallbladder because you get gallstones, you get biliary issues, and this is not good. In addition, it could cause a change in the gut microbiome. The gut microbiome could shift in the wrong direction if you have a lot of undigested meat that you're consuming this meat. It's being digested partially, but not all the way. And then you got this meat rotting in the small intestine, producing ammonia, other, byproducts that are not good for the immune system. So if you want to eat meat, which, I'm not a huge fan, if you want to eat meat, you got to do it in the right frequency and the right amount. In my opinion, no more than once per day, ideally 3-4 times a week at the absolute max, twice a week if you were really wanting to be smarter about it. But you don't want to exceed more than the 4 ounces, ideally. And as I said, you want to do mostly plants, the fruits, the vegetables, the rice, potatoes, beans, lentils. You could still get the same amount of protein in a can of beans as you can in a large piece of chicken. And it's much easier to digest. It's much better for your gut. So if you're still eating meat, eat the right quantities, eat the right amount in frequency. We don't want to be consuming meat 2-3 times a day and trying to beat our chronic illness, trying to beat our gut issues, trying to beat our mast cell activation or histamine intolerance. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So you have to go ahead and baby your body, baby your detox system. And the best way to heal your gut, your liver, your kidneys, your detox system, your immune system is all through plants because they provide fibers, which the good bacteria break down, and then they produce these beneficial byproducts called short-chain fatty acids. And these things calm down the mast cells and balance out the regulatory T cells, which are the 2 most important immune cells if you want to have no inflammation. So thanks for watching. Go to my website, endsickness.org. I get hundreds of articles, hundreds of videos on there teaching you how to heal yourself. Take care.